Week 18 coming at you. Team Wars review. We're feeling better, but we're still a bit sick. So my voice is a little goofy, and pardon any coughs we do. But we got some good ones for you tonight. Fun week this week. This is one of those weeks, in my opinion, it just doesn't really make much sense to ever play Santa. In my opinion, we should have Santa dead and have like Sizzler level 6 if we don't already, or something like that. Something maxed out. Something extra maxed out. But we do have the Gizmos level 6, which is awesome. On one of my accounts, we get that boost at least. This is a free win, which is crazy because he's 8,500. So, you know, maybe it's just somebody who knows that they're not going to be able to handle levels because of whatever team they're on. So they're just getting their 3 wins real quick, or 3 losses real quick to get their Team Wars packs. Or they disconnected at the beginning. That is also possible. But we get to get a free win to start. Not bad. All right, we got Creme Fraiche, Ray Solar. I got one like smudge on my glasses I just can't get rid of. Risolaru, pink, dressed up. New kid matching the color of the name. Not bad. Not bad. Not a bad setup. Wendy is really the hero this week, honestly, with the amount of damage she does. Probably gonna give the thumbnail to her, honestly. You will see as the day goes on. Honestly, you could always give this week to Gizmo or Midberry Crunch, probably. And there's at least one guy who plays Santa, and if he would have done it right, it probably would have beat me. But he doesn't double up he doesn't double it up right. And so it doesn't end up getting 2 hits on the Mintberry Crunch, which is what was gonna like really hurt me. Was I think double Mintberry Crunch probably would have killed my Mintberry Crunch if I remember right. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Bubba, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. All right, we're holding our boy now. We got Barking Rex. Bubba, you like barking Rexes. You like barkers. You like barkers. Yeah. You like parkers and barkers? What are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of town. South Park belongs to the king. Get out of town, Bubba. Mecha. Not really a great choice this week. Not a whole... I mean, if you could mecha the Santa, I guess I suppose you could get value there, but not really great. Mayor McDougal is a good card to invest in early. Yeah, honestly, it's nice to have to stop the certain charge cards that are just really good, and even in ladder, you know, stopping a mecha, stopping a drow, stopping Som, all sorts of stuff that does a really good job of dealing with. When that card came out, it really changed the potential meta, because if ever charge cards became just like the best cards in the game, which I mean some of them are, but if they just like were like every single charge got double power or something like that, well then everybody would just run Mayor too, right? Did you miss it? No, we're doing it right now, dummy. Dummy. All right, now we have Dan Donnell. You could lead this. I like leading the hamsters opposite of whatever tank they play, because there's really nothing you can play this week other than your own hamsters that really deals with the hamsters very well. So it's going to put you out of position, or you're going to take some damage to the bar, or you're going to lose a bar, or like in this case, did some damage to the mecha so that the poison kills him. I think the poison would have killed him at that level anyway, but see, if he would have waited and did the Gizmo once, then did the Santa, got the Gizmo again, gotten 4 Gizmos, maybe we have an issue. But then I can just Labard, so that's why like Santa's just not really great this week. I don't think I played him once. He's useful if you can get a good double Mintberry Crunch, but then you have to know that he doesn't have the Mayor, right? If you try that combo and they have the Mayor, it's just not worth it. Mayor is definitely great this week, though. The Coon, I like the Coon just basically getting the boost from Midberry Crunch and the two hamsters, which is actually a decent amount of attack boost just in those 3 alone. And he's just, in my opinion, he's just a better unit than playing Santa. DSR, no DSR in our deck. Didn't really feel like it hurt us very much. If you notice, the difference between most of these matches is I don't play Santa and they play Santa. I really think that's impacting their end game. Osimo, also not really worth it. The ability is just kind of too slow. You'll maybe get one good one off. And then even then, you're probably just going to freeze the tank, which isn't a huge deal. You can't stop the hamsters. You're not going to freeze the back line. It's just not the greatest option any week, really, but pretty good poison, though. But that extra lava, can we get... I mean, Midberry Crunch isn't getting lavaed, so poison not going to take him down. Santa with the old stand and mini moons. Yeah, well, that was before Mayor was an option. When Santa came out, there was a good, God, a couple of years probably before Mayor came out. Maybe not that long, but... Stan, that extra 26 damage from the level 7 versus 6, you'd be surprised. Well, I guess it's the difference between base 6 and max 6, actually. I don't think the level upgrade changes it. But then Sizzle also, very, very hard card to deal with once it gets on your side. Only the way to deal with it is use your own Sizzle on it, honestly. Because once he's stacked, pretty much everything in the game just gets eaten up by him. Herod 7 quit too. Why'd so many people quit trying to screw me up? We got Usarium, Riata Rinconera. I mention this every time. It's a pretty good team. I think Usarium we've played before. Sounds familiar. Sizzle me timbers indeed. Shizzle me timbers. Sizzle me daddy. Another instance of somebody playing Santa and basically instantly losing because of that. See here, not a bad play, but he basically loses the bar. Well, he does lose the bar because he used it, but he does get the good. God, if he would have waited a fraction of a second there. But look at this. You off-center him so that if Midberry Crunch hits, it doesn't hit both of them. That hitting isn't that big of a deal because now we're about to damage. Can we take out the Midberry Crunch in time? That's the question. Ice Sniper is hitting. Doesn't die to the Midberry Crunch because of the boost. And probably didn't need that freeze, honestly. But Mayor, I didn't realize that Midberry Crunch was going to attack Mayor. Really nice Labard, though. Very nice Labard. The sneaky Gizmo coming through. Gonna get hit by the Santa. I was hoping like a knockback would help me out. But we ended up just getting good damage. Evened up the bars. I'm alright with that because we have the Gizmos ready to go. And no Labard on his side to deal with it. Go ahead and use that. The freeze comes out. Doesn't stop the hamsters, though. Can the hamsters take out the drow? They can with the Gizmos' help. Spread the Gizmo love across the universe. 1 survives. 2 survives. Will that one get a clone? No, this guy learns to fear the Gizmo. But that Mayor might get the thumbnail, actually. To be honest with you. All right, now we got 2 white socks from Mercury Rising. 2 socks. Merc Rising, fun team. Full of a lot of cool people. Shout out our boy Haze Demon. Hamsters are OP. Yeah, like I said, I mean, look at how often that was my lead. Like, it was like 80% of the time if I could do that. Because look, every time it netted me in like a good position. Now, this guy plays this position pretty well, but he's not Mercury Rising? I thought he was Mercury Rising. Oh yeah, he's Merc Demon. He was Merc Rising. I think he's got a something on that team. The Ice Sniper killing the Mintberry Crunch. Beautiful right there. Beautiful right there. Mintberry Crunch, one of those weeks where if he can survive, he will just light up everybody. Pretty good here. Don't hate this. I think they can deal with them, but let's play the Gizmo. Gizmo one-shotting the hamsters and surviving that level 6. Too good. Yeah, Merkawana. Yeah.
I'm getting indigestion.
Yeah, it was Mercs originally. And then I think they did Merc Rising and he was the leader of that. But then he made Merc Demons. And he did, it's like he didn't want to take it as seriously, so they made like a fun team. The Ice Sniper level 7 surviving there, brutal. Ice Sniper just hits like a truck. Very good card in Team Wars. Definitely a lot better in Team Wars than other places, because if you get a little bit of a level lead. All right, we got Old Dirty Grandpa, an old friend of the stream. If anybody knows the lore of him, put it in the chat, put it in the comments, put it in the YouTube chat. Was he ever serious? I don't know. Not really. At least as far as like being high level or on the best team or anything like that, he's never cared about that. In the before, I want to say that he was on, at one point he was on Casa Bonitas with Grey God in them. I can't remember that. All right, interesting play here. Not bad. We got to try to set it up so that we hit the Mintberry Crunch. We got the Drow. That's good. He could kill the Mintberry Crunch, but we'll probably break through in time. You just look at the value that we get from that stand is really the difference in that battle there. We can hit him once and then hit him with our ability. We will kill him. Mintberry Crunch still alive. Look how what did so much damage to Sizzle? What the fuck? Am I going crazy? Where did... Is that a glitch? This guy, granted, this guy usually does have a pretty bad connection. Did my Mintberry Crunch ability like go off 5 times? Because he got stunned right in the ability, so it like got messed up. Look, it sure looks like I just exploded him. What? Well, anyway, that definitely... I didn't notice that I didn't notice that during the match. That definitely helps me out. Great Mayor here stops the Gizmo potential and will take out the Mintberry Crunch. Very nice, very nice. Should turn around because of the high aggro range, which I knew she would do. Thank you very much. Just chilling here. Mintberry double tapped him? That's gotta be what happened. That has to be what happened. And then he quits here. And we do actually match this guy later. So this was the first matchup, I believe. Because I think we get him on the main... Or no, maybe this was the second one? We'll see. No, I think I got him on Moody, so this would have been the second one. Just at Jim Glanz in the background. What? Renzovies. Leading with the Gizmo. Probably could have waited. Hamsters in the corner wouldn't have been bad there, but we're basically doing that same thing with the Gizmos. Could freeze right here, and then the Gizmos could absolutely fuck shit up, but I was going to say, if he plays Labard, it kind of kills that, so I was basically waiting to see if that card was Labard. If that card wasn't Labard, I might have freeze right there. Not bad, good poison. Drow will stop a little bit of the poison damage on the other people, but that poison was primarily to kill the drow. Nice play there. Nice timing. I get the some damage on that gizmo. So the gizmo gets one shot there. That's nice. Doesn't get the ability off. We could Mintberry Crunch and probably save the Ice Sniper, but she's also a beast. Get the extra boost on the coon so that he two-shots the monkey, although the hamsters would have cleaned him up pretty much the exact same time. Mintberry Crunch into the corner. Just slow play it out. Get the gizmos. We could get our sizzle on him here probably. Pretty much the best bet, although he might have died. I don't know why he wouldn't try to get his sizzle that boost, but whatever. Whatever. This isn't great though, because the Mintberry Crunch, no, the Mintberry Crunch went for one of the gizmos on the backside rather than hit the Mintberry Crunch on the top side. That's why it's good to spread your stuff out this week. Keep cards away so that their Mintberry Crunch doesn't get value. That's pretty much the only way you can lose this week, in my opinion, is if you just give their Mintberry Crunch too much value. Maybe a really crazy slave that you can't break for some reason could be possible. Not sure what that fart was, but it wasn't correct, so we're battling. I don't hate this play. Play the gizmos against the slave. If he doesn't play anything, gizmos will rock the slave. So he's forced to play something. I'm liking this because we have the mayor here, and there's not a whole lot of DPS coming out right now. I like that. That's a little unfortunate, but we take out the gizmo before he gets the gizmo, my gizmo taken out. So that actually netted pretty good value there. We might have to use the Labard, but he doesn't get the ability. We were gonna use the Labard to snap him so he doesn't get the ability. We don't get the Mintberry Crunch off onto the Psalm, or not the Psalm, the stand. Would have been nice, extra damage, but we'll be okay here. Pretty much any time you can play the mayor onto the gizmo, it's a good play, because if things go wrong, he could definitely win with a gizmo. One wrong gizmo move and you can lose, because he, survives, new kid, gets blasted back, all of a sudden you got 8 more gizmos to deal with. I might hit new kid here. Hey, what up, Haze Demon? Yeah, we were trying to remember what teams you were on, or were have been on and were originally on. I know you were on Mercs, or one of the Mercs teams. And then we were trying to figure out if you went to Mercury Rising and then made Merc Demons, or I want to say you were on Casa Bonitas for a little bit when they were they were probably a top 5 team at one point. It was probably free to play Mercs. Well, I guess it wasn't free to play back then technically, but Mercs, Illuminati. Probably Casa and Sauce were kind of similar. Six Samurai was kind of right in there back then. All right, Stan the Great, good. First team was Timmy. That's right. I knew you started on something that was different. That's funny. I can't remember what my first team was. Might have been Fuck Canada. That might have been the first team I joined. And then I was looking at the leaderboard and I was like, okay, I want to eventually join NAMBLA, because they had the top 10, the top 7 out of 10 people were them. So I was like, that's probably the team I want to end up joining. And then they did, I think they started the second team, which was Namblets or Namblings, one of the others. And I got onto that one, and then I ended up being Elder and moving up, and the rest is history. I created Nam Blues for Adventure Lock. We also created Locked for that, and Official. We bounced back and forth on Adventure Lock teams for a while. And then I was on Empire Awakens. We got some people from there. Angry Cows, I was on there for a while. Those are just teams I went I had the Adventure Lock account on that or something like that. Once Adventure Lock unlocked, I just started using him to go around to different teams. But yeah, Empire Awakens guys I played a couple other games with. Because I was in their Discord and they were playing a game and I was like, is this a game that... I think I played this for a little bit. Oh, that would have been great to get all those damn gizmos. And then I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I have played this game. So I re-downloaded it and we jammed that game for a few years. That was Heroic Magic Duel. Pretty fun game. They just, their like clan war endgame shit was just kind of boring. So that eventually killed the game. And when you played ladder, you were mostly playing bots. But every weekend, man, you had to play. All right, we got Old Dirty Grandpa again. Every weekend, you had to play a bunch of the event solo so that you had enough torches to play the group event and do a bunch of damage to the spider to get the most value. I spent way too much money in that game, too. And I don't think I made, like, any videos of it. I have, like, one video where I was opening stuff up. But I don't think I had... I just streamed that game. I never made any YouTube videos of it. All right, see there, he could have gotten 4 gizmos midline there. Could have been dangerous, but we would have just mayored it anyway, right? So we're in pretty good shape here. We're going to see what happens here. We have the gizmo. He's in good shape too, though. We don't want to poison. Probably Labard up top so that when my Midberry Crunch survives and does damage... it could kill his Midberry Crunch. Nice. That's exactly what I planned. Exactly what I planned it, but that one hamster was messing us up. Will we break through? Will we get the ability before he kills us? We do just barely because we pre-led him a little bit forward. And the negative damage there puts Ice Sniper as a blocker. Midberry Crunch not getting hit by New Kid here. The highest I've ever got in ladder. As far as like number wise, there was some crazy stuff happening a while. I think the number will be up in like 10,000 if you look at my stats. I've been like top 10 before for sure, top 8. I just never played the game enough to be that high rank. Because some people just play the game so much, and when I have 5 accounts, right, it's hard to keep one of them at the top when you have 5 of them. I like Kun as just a slow play. It's kind of non-committal, but you don't really want to like focus on like building a push behind him necessarily, because if he probably quit again, because you don't want to build a push behind him, but you just kind of want to make him play out against him and then respond to that, because they do have to play something against him. And then, you know, if they play wrong, you can swarm with the hamsters and actually do some pretty good work with them. I think this is the last matchup here. We got orange popsicles from Illuminated. I do believe that this was my 15th match too. So this was my 15th match of the night. I'm 14-0 at this point, and I'm laughing because I just beat Old Dirty Grandpa twice. A ghost of Christmas past, basically, seeing that guy again. And now we see if we're going to get our asses kicked. So this is the guy where if he would have played his... If this guy plays his Santa right, I lose this match. Watch this. If he would have gotten... Get those doubled. He could have gotten the first one, maybe. But if he uses Midberry Crunch, hits me, uses Midberry Crunch, uses Santa, uses Midberry Crunch again, double taps me, the Kun dies much faster, maybe even kills the Labard instead, but I have to make a decision much, much faster instead of being able to save up for, 7 energy here. And I think I have to give up the bar still, but it was just very poorly done. And this time he does it a little better, but he could have used Drow, so he messed that up. He could have double stacked Drow and then prevented damage from the New Kid bar or whatever, and he probably would have survived there. I don't get the Stan ability off there though, so that really sucks, but we just got a slow play here. We're probably going to take that bar, so I'm not too worried about it, but we got to play here to take out the Drow so he doesn't get double stabbed. So that was a mistake on his part. 3 energy, that's not going to stop the hamsters from taking the bar. I think if he would have played the gizmo right on him, it would have stopped it. but then the Gizmo would have been dead, and then Mayor might have hit New Kid, so maybe it wouldn't have worked out. At least this way he gets a chance to have the Gizmos. But my Gizmo being level 6, my Gizmo survives, baby. Just brutal. I could, if I was worried there, I could have freeze raid, would have guaranteed it, but level 6 would have been good. Your highest was 45, number 1 in Canada. Nice, dude. Yeah, if I was in a smaller one, I think it'd be fun to get the top in the country. In some of the other games I play, I'm pretty high in the country because it's like it's overrun by Brazilians or something. Good play there. Labard just basically Labard is used to kill anybody that poison doesn't kill or that a hit from Midberry Crunch doesn't kill. So one drow hit, poison will help him die earlier. Or Labard will kill him. Sorry, I wasn't thinking of poison. Labard will kill him. Labard will clean up. I think it's slave. It was slave an option this week. Labard clears the slave heal, so that's another reason. And then using him against the Gizmo basically kills the Gizmo. Oh, we got another one. Enter username. Oh, this is a guy we recognize. Also good against the Gizmos. Bonus points if you hit like Wendy with it too. You always want to hit, as many targets as possible, but you don't want to wait too long and have it be, not useful. I feel like maybe the enter username I'm remembering is a different spelling, but based on the guy's levels, I actually think this guy's just heavily deranked right now. The Gizmos almost snuck past the... I could have freeze raided it right there and seen what happened. That would have been kind of interesting. But with the monkey back there, I decided, we're just going to give it up. We can't really do anything with that because eventually the monkey's going to probably kill him. So just got to do the right play here. Get some good value. The spawn here kind of slows us down a bit, so it's actually kind of nice. We get to build here, get the sizzle boosted a couple more times. Not a bad poison if he Labards right after, but I don't think because of the Midberry boost, I don't think that... Oh, I was going to say, I don't think that she was going to die, but she does. Mayor will kill my Midberry Crunch, as it should. But the Stan will get on a New Kid? No. The level 3 Sizzle probably going to hurt him, but he's playing good. In Team Wars, levels sometimes don't always matter all that much since New Kid's, not there to help you out. Level 3 Sizzle gets stacked up. I don't have the right cards to deal with him. It's definitely potential. See, like this, he gets shielded and gets extra value. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. That could have been crazy. We end up working it out, though. The hamster's coming through. Extra damage on everything because of the Labard. Labard takes him out. Labard getting way too much value there. That guy could have played that differently and probably ended up winning. Making the Stan stutter step a little bit there. Not bad. Get a Gizmo that doesn't have a speed debuff. Now the monkey kills the Gizmo. Unfortunate, but we've got the level 3 Sizzle now, boys. We've got the level 3 Sizzle now, boys. This could be trouble, though. It might be hard to break the slave heal, but it won't matter because Ice Sniper was hitting New Kid. Although we did break the slave heal with the Midberry Crunch. Can slave get through? Damn, we screwed that up. Trying to get more points. We screwed it up. All right, that's 5 energy. That's the top side. That's not going to help. That's 1 bar. Nice. Labard wouldn't have done it either. Nothing really else to get to the New Kid here, though, so there's no way. The Gizmos, I guess you could try to play up there, but hamsters are pretty much the only way to do quick damage. Labard taking out the lower level Gizmos. That's another reason this week can be interesting. Oh, we have more. I didn't know we had so many that were 3 minutes long. Nice. Nice. Oh, I guess yeah, that's right. I think every single one of my matches went to full 3 minutes on this account because I couldn't finish all 3 bars on anybody. Not enough value, not enough damage. My Gizmos couldn't cut it at level 5. See here, I should have played the hamsters there, but these were my first games, so I was just kind of slow playing. And I know, if I don't really have a level advantage, I gotta play a little bit more conservatively. And it is only level 5 hamsters, so they aren't as deadly as dropping the level 6 or 7s on them. I do like the idea of dropping a bunch of gizmos on him. That's not going to be enough to kill them. He does get that, though. That's a nice Labard. Labard gets one shot by the gizmo. Yes, he does, but somehow the Osimo retargeted and hit the gizmo? That was weird. Nice slow, but just in time. I only played that because Labard was still alive. I thought we could break through, get the sizzle. We do, because Ice Sniper was hitting the sizzle. We get the monkey down. We do. Can we save the Ice Sniper with the hamsters? Almost didn't go our way. The hamsters almost didn't do the damage against those roosters. Ice Sniper is not going to be able to do anything here. But she does hit pretty hard, so might still kill him. No, does not kill him. I like the coon here. Little slow play. Not using the stand there. If he would have used it right away, Gizmo maybe wouldn't have killed his Gizmo. Maybe it would have been a little interesting seeing what happened there, but the Gizmos get slowed down but not stopped. Not a great play. Gotta protect your new kid, boys. The level 1 Mintberry Crunch. Embarrassing I don't get all bars here. I should have just put my Mintberry Crunch out right here. Just slammed into him. But we get him. We might finish it off, actually. We might finish it off just in time. Just in time. Mintberry Crunch over there, maybe. Mintberry Crunch bottom side, maybe. It's not a great hand, honestly. We really want him to play something Mayor McDaniels can... Yeah, I should have played him. I should have... If I was focused more on getting the bar, I would have played Mintberry Crunch on the bottom. Or Mayor on the bottom right there wouldn't have been bad. Stop the freeze. Get good value. Or now we're trying to get double damage from the Mintberry Crunch so that we can try to break... We can try to break. Oh, no, he gets us with the Labard, though. He was saving all his energy to try to prevent me from getting that last bar. You never know what can happen, though. If you push too early, they get a nice counter push. The poison, though, taking out the gizmos, brutal. It's just one of those weeks where there's a lot of nice counters for most of the stuff in the deck. So even if you don't get the greatest cycle, you can pretty much kind of throw 2 or 3 things at each different thing, and then it doesn't really matter your cycle because you'll be all right. Kind of like those weeks where cows have like 3 or 4 ways to deal with them. You're not really worried about it because no matter what, you can either, build a push that's going to kill the cows and then counter push, or there's some situations where you just have really good cards to deal with the cows. Something like, DSR, Sizzle, Satan, Fireball, stuff like that. But that does it for week 18. That was a pretty good one. Enjoyable week. I like that. I like that deck a lot. I think Santa should be level 2 and nobody should play Santa. I just don't think he's worth the value. And with Mayor as an option, even if you do get a good Santa setup, you're probably just going to get Mayored. It's just not a very good use of our cards and caps. So I will request that next time to the team that maybe Osimo goes down. And let's look at, does it show me, hold on, does it show levels? Does this show levels on this screen? No. I thought maybe it had the little bubbles under there. But if Sizzle wasn't 6, he might have been 6. But if he wasn't 6, if you could go him 2 and then him 6, him 6 might be worth it. Mayor probably was max. That was max. That was probably max. That was 6. That was max. That was probably 6 or 7. Probably 7. Probably 5. Maybe him being 6? I'm not sure. If one of those wasn't 6, then we should have dead carded Santa. And because you saw me there, 15 matches, didn't even think to play Santa once. And the one time I did play Santa midline, I didn't get 3 bars. Do I have a nemesis that I always play against in this game? We've been playing for so long that there's a lot of names that we recognize. I don't think that anymore there's really a nemesis. I definitely have people who it feels better to win. Like if we beat Reprisal Music, it's hilarious every time. T-Wiz usually just quits when we match, but me and him have some fun history. Just mostly it's outside of game stuff that causes that rivalry, and then it's just funny when you match those people up in game. But most of those people don't play anymore. But I appreciate you guys being here. Week 18 was a fun one. We're gonna keep going with something else, but if you haven't subscribed already, I'd appreciate it if you did. We're going for 10,000 this year, and we got to 8,000 earlier. So we're getting there. We're like 8,200. Getting there. About halfway through the year. We started about a 7,000, I think, this year. So we've got 1,200. We need 1,800 more. We can do it. We can do it. Everybody subscribe. All right. Bye. Bye.